Have you ever experienced that moment? You get up for a moment, perhaps to get a coffee, and when you return, you find your cat comfortably ensconced in your warm spot. He looks at you with an expression that seems to say, "This is mine now." It's a common experience, often amusing, sometimes a little irritating. But what's really behind this seemingly harmless behavior? Is it an act of defiance, a tantrum, or is there something deeper going on? Many of us interpret this gesture as a sign of territoriality, or worse, dominance on the part of our feline. But the truth is much more fascinating and complex. Far from being merely a sign of mischief, your cat is communicating important messages rooted in his biology, psychology, and his deep bond with you. Today, we'll embark on an enlightening journey to decode the 6 secret messages your cat sends you when he claims your spot. Get ready to discover a whole new perspective on your feline companion, based on the latest discoveries in animal ethology and psychology. Let's start from a scientific perspective, observing the world through the eyes of a desert-born predator. The first message your cat is yelling at you is, "Human, you're a fantastic heater, and I have no intention of wasting your precious heat energy." This behavior has deep roots in feline biology and evolution. To fully understand this concept, we need to take a step back in time. Your domestic cat, despite its regal air on the couch, shares approximately 95% of its genetic makeup with big cats like tigers. But its direct ancestor is Felis sylvestris libica, the African wildcat, a creature that evolved its survival strategies in the hot, arid desert environments. This means that your cat is, by nature, a thermal missile, optimized for conserving and seeking heat. While your body temperature hovers around 36–37 degrees Celsius, your cat's basal temperature is higher, between 38 and 39 degrees Celsius. For us, 39 degrees Celsius would indicate a significant fever. For them, it's simply normal. Maintaining this elevated body temperature requires significant energy expenditure and burning calories. In nature, calories are a precious and often scarce resource. Evolution has therefore shaped cats to become masters of energy conservation. They are intrinsically attracted to any external heat source. Every minute they absorb heat from the sun, a heated surface, or, yes, from you, is a minute their bodies don't have to burn precious food reserves to stay warm. When you get up from your chair, you've transferred heat into the cushion, the fabric, and the armrests. When you walk away, you leave behind a veritable thermal ghost. To a cat, equipped with incredibly sensitive temperature receptors in its skin, that empty chair shines like a beacon in the night. It's a fully charged battery, an oasis of warmth ready to be exploited. If your cat lay down on the cold floor, it would have to expend energy to warm it. But by settling into your preheated chair, it automatically enters energy-saving mode. The message isn't, "I want to annoy you." The correct translation is, "Thank you for preparing my bed at the optimal temperature settings. It would be biologically inefficient for me to sleep anywhere else." It's pure survival logic, a primal instinct that drives your feline. However, if it were just a matter of warmth, they might simply lie down next to a radiator. There's something more about that chair that draws them like a magnet, something invisible to you but obviously obvious to them. We humans live predominantly in a visual world. We judge a room based on its appearance, its colors, and its layout. Cats, on the other hand, live in an olfactory world, a universe rich in invisible information. They judge a room, an object, or an individual based on how it smells. You have about 5 million olfactory receptors in your nose. Cats have up to 200 million, an olfactory capacity that far surpasses ours. But it's not just about power, it's about perception and interpretation. For a cat, smell is vital information, its identity, and above all, its security. Your chair isn't just a piece of furniture. For your cat, that chair is a sponge that has absorbed your essence. Every time you sit there, you leave behind pheromones and your unique biological scent. You can't perceive it, but to your cat, that chair screams your name. When they jump up as soon as you leave, they're participating in a behavior that ethologists call odor blending. Observe them carefully next time. They rarely just sit. They might scratch the cushion with their paws, releasing pheromones from their interdigital glands, or rub their cheeks against the backrest, depositing facial pheromones. They're actively depositing their scent on top of yours. This isn't an attempt to mark their territory to exclude you, but rather to include you. The translation here is clear. This place smells strongly of you. I'm adding my scent so our scents can blend. Now this place smells like family. It smells like us. In a feral cat colony, cats who are friends, belonging to the same tribe, rub against each other and sleep in the same places to create a shared scent. This acts as a secret password, a sign of belonging. If you smell like the group, you're safe and recognized. By stealing your spot, your cat is renewing their subscription to your family. They're enveloping themselves in your scent because it makes them feel safe and protected. It's a high-level compliment. They're telling them that your scent is their safe haven, an emotional anchor that reassures them of your presence and your bond. Now let's talk strategy, because your cat is also a tactical genius, a master of survival. Consider the architecture of your chair. Whether it's an office chair, an armchair, or a sofa, it's almost always elevated off the ground. It likely has a backrest and armrests. For a predator small enough to also be prey, the floor is a vulnerable area. On the ground, your view is limited and you're exposed to potential threats, vacuum cleaners, moving feet, or surprise attacks from other pets or children. But your chair is a privileged observation point. It offers height, which equates to control and a panoramic view of the surrounding environment. From up there, your cat can scan the room, monitor the door, and monitor every movement with minimal effort. It also offers protection. The backrest of the chair protects their spine, their most vulnerable blind spot. The armrests act like castle walls, providing a sense of containment and security. When you stand up, you leave the command post empty. Your cat, driven by instinct, immediately takes over your guard post. The translation is unmistakable. The giant left the watchtower unattended. Someone must maintain perimeter security while he's away. Have you noticed that often, when they take your place, they don't immediately go to sleep? They sit in a sphinx-like position, with their heads held high and their ears moving like radar, picking up every sound. They're on duty, alert. There's also a psychological level at play. You're their point of reference for safety. By sitting there for hours, you've validated that spot as safe. You've sent a clear signal to the cat. This spot is safe from danger. Your cat trusts your judgment. If that spot was good for you, it's the safest and most strategic spot in the house for them. It's an act of trust and responsibility, a little guardian watching over their territory. We need to address the elephant in the room, or rather, the lion in the living room. Many old-school trainers and people online will tell you, your cat is dominating you. They're showing you who's alpha. Let's be clear, this is outdated and scientifically unfounded nonsense. The dominance theory, derived from studies of captive wolves, does not apply to domestic cats. Cats are solitary predators by nature, not pack animals with a rigid social hierarchy like wolves. They don't seek to be in charge or assume responsibility for a pack. They simply want to feel safe, fed, and loved. So, if it's not dominance, what is it? It's imitation, a common and fascinating social behavior among intelligent animals. Cats, like many other animals, learn by observing and copying the actions of those they respect and admire. Think of a child who wants to help their parent cook with their toys, or who wants to type on a toy keyboard while their mother works. They're emulating their role model, trying to participate in activities they see as important. Your cat spends much of the day observing you. They see you spending hours in your specific spot, perhaps staring at a bright screen or reading a book. In their feline mind, they reason, my human, who provides all the food, shelter, and security, spends all his time here. This activity must be crucial to the survival of the colony. It must be a very important resource or a place of great value. When you get up, they try to participate in this mysterious and important activity. The translation is simple and touching. I want to do what you do. I want to be part of your routine. I imitate you because I see you as a vital member of my social group. That's why, if you buy them a comfortable cat bed and place it next to your chair, they often ignore it. They don't want just any bed. They want your place, because that's where the action is. That's where the important life happens. They're trying to bond with you through a shared activity, a way to feel closer and more involved in your life. It's not a power play, it's a fan club, and you're their star. Now it's time for a harsh truth, but also an enlightening revelation. Why does your cat keep stealing your seat? Because in reality, you trained them to do so. Or more precisely, they trained you. Cats are masters of operant conditioning. They learn through cause and effect, associating a behavior with a reward. Let's retrace what usually happens in your home. First, the cat is on the floor, perhaps a little bored. You ignore it because you're busy with your own activities. Second, you get up from your chair for a moment. Third, the cat, with its innate cunning, jumps onto your warm, fragrant chair. Fourth, you return, and what do? Be honest. You probably say something like, "Hey, little thief," in a loving voice. You might pet them, lean in to give them a kiss on the head, or maybe even squeeze onto the edge of the chair, sharing your space with them. Congratulations, you've just provided a huge, irresistible reward. For a cat, attention is a precious currency. Even if you gently scold them, you're still looking at them, talking to them, and interacting. Your chair has become a magic button, a switch to get your attention. The cat has learned, when I'm on the carpet, I'm invisible. When I press the chair button, the human interacts with me immediately. This behavior is reinforced every time he receives a reaction from you, whether positive or negative. The translation here is cheeky and brilliant. I was feeling lonely and bored. I know this is the fastest way to get you to stop looking at your phone or computer and start looking at me. And lo and behold, it worked again. If your cat looks you straight in the eye as they settle into your chair, or purrs when you try to sit back down, they're not fighting for territory. They're demanding interaction, affection, and attention. They've hacked your routine to get some love and a moment of connection. It's a sign of their intelligence and their ability to manipulate their environment, and you, to meet their social needs. We've discussed biology, tactics, and even psychological manipulation. But if we stop there, we'll miss the most beautiful and moving part of the story. There's a deeper reason than warmth, security, and attention. It's the reason why this behavior is more common in cats who are deeply attached to their owners, those who have developed a strong attachment. Cats love differently than dogs. Their love is often more subtle, more silent, but no less intense. It's about presence, sharing space, and creating an environment of mutual trust. When you leave the room, even for just a minute, the energy shifts for them. The world becomes a little less safe, a little colder, a little emptier. Taking your place is the fastest and most tangible way to stay connected to you when you're physically absent. It's the same reason you might lie on your partner's side of the bed when they're away on a business trip, or why you wear their favorite sweater. You seek comfort in their image, their scent, and their residual warmth, because it makes you feel as if they're still holding you. Your cat does exactly the same. He envelops himself in your scent, your warmth, your residual energy, as a way to keep your presence alive. The final translation, the one that should stay in your heart and make you smile, is this: I sit here because I miss you. You were only gone for 60 seconds, but I feel your absence. I sit here because this is the closest I can get to you until you return. I embrace you in your absence. I console myself with your imprint. It's a gesture of deep affection and emotional dependence, a small reminder of how important you are in their lives. Now that you know your cat's secret language, what should you do? Do you have to stand for the rest of your life? Of course not. But now you can approach the situation with a new awareness and respect. Here's the 3-step protocol for the next time your cat steals your seat. First, acknowledgement. Before moving them, pause for 3 seconds. Look them in the eye. If they blink slowly, return the gesture. Acknowledge their message of love and trust. Caress them gently, perhaps with a little scratch behind the ears. Tell them you've received the message and that you appreciate their affection. Second, the yes and technique. Don't just push them away abruptly. Cats hate losing a resource, but they love gaining a new one. Keep a designated spot right next to you, an equally attractive alternative. It could be a stool with a soft blanket, a heated lounger on your desk, or a comfy pillow on the arm of the couch. Guide your cat there with a treat, a toy, or simply your hand. Show them that the spot next to you is actually better than yours, because that's where the treats and cuddles appear. Third, don't get angry. Remember, in their eyes, they're just paying you a compliment, protecting your castle, and trying to bond with you. Reprimanding them for this is like scolding a child for drawing you a picture with love. They won't understand your reaction, and it could undermine their trust. Instead, celebrate this small gesture as a sign of your special bond. The next time you walk into the room and see your feline on your throne, don't sigh. Smile. You're looking at a desert hunter, a tactical guardian, an affectionate mimic, and a loving friend who simply wants to be where you are, sensing your presence even in your absence. I want to hear from you in the comments below. Be honest, what's the strangest or most inappropriate place your cat has stolen from you? Is it your warm pillow right before bed, your computer keyboard, or maybe the toilet seat? Tell me your story. If this video helped you understand the mysterious mind of your feline roommate, hit the like button. Help feed the algorithm and spread this valuable information. And be sure to subscribe to the Curious Cats Stories and Breeds channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming insights into the secret lives of pets.